please, please, please be very careful where you spend your money in 2024 and beyond. You see, guys, they say imitation is the lowest form of flattery, and I know a local golf pro who has been conned out of quite a lot of money for a Scotty Cameron trade-in. You see, guys, I want to do this video because this isn't anything new. I've also been conned in the not too distant past. We're going to talk today about just what the differences are, if you can still get half decent budget for a fake, and also we're going to interview Bobby. Pardon?
It won't even focus.
It won't even focus, it's that bad. We're also going to interview Bobby because Bobby found this in a pro shop and went and told the professional that, I don't think that's real, mate, and we'll see how that went. But guys, as you can see, this is a Scotty Cameron Newport 2, or is it? So this is, to be honest, it's quite a bad imitation, and it was taken in a trade-in at a local pro shop here in the UK. Now, I think I would be able to tell this straight away, and we actually do have a real version here. This is actually Bobby's putter, which was my old putter. And is this the right head cover for this design?
No, it's not the right grip either.
No,
no, it could be the right. It is the right.
I think it is the right head cover, isn't it? So
It's not
straight
the right
away, I mean, the head cover here is that a real Scotty? It doesn't look it. The font looks too big.
Before, like the style of it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real. Oh no, it will be. I think that's the. Yeah, that's the. Is it? I don't know. This is a snide head cover, and it's the same tag inside. So that head cover could well be fake as well. Like I feel like it's. Did I say that? Width. Go with width. You can tell by the width of them, and the Velcro's like done.
I think this is actually Nike.
Whereas that,
It's old.
20 years old that, and Bobby's done that a lot. Maybe that's even fake. We'll have a look at mine in a minute because I got this off eBay a couple of years ago. I got scammed for quite a lot of money. Don't tell the wife, Bobby. But that's fake as well, and someone told me that was fake and I was heartbroken. So the only difference here is Bobby's putter on the left is a Newport 2.5. This is a Newport 2. You can see straight away the differences there in the font, in the colour of the font, and of course in the kind of size. Look at where it says Studio Select there. It's nowhere near, is it? It's not even close. And then as we come round to the front, you can see that the text where the Scotty Cameron writing is, again, that's not even close, and that's not even close to being a good imitation. On the back, they're not even the same colour, Rob, are they?
Nope.
They're not the same colour, although Rob's is in worse condition than the fake, because Rob doesn't look after his things.
So, you gave it to me like that.
I did not give, oh sorry, I
Sold it like that.
sold it. Oh, okay, right. So let's have a couple of puts with the fake one. Oh, there's people here, Bobby, on the hole.
Still going.
Well, they came out of nowhere, didn't they? But, right, so while we wait, we just interrupted those boys' game, and I profusely apologise for that. But if I go on here, you can see that there are examples. Oh, how bad is that? I mean, that's a picture of an actual Scotty Cameron, though, isn't
Yeah,
it? We'll
it
accept
is.
cookies on that one. There's no other pictures, but I mean that. Oh, so they're blanking it out, look. So I think they can't probably advertise it as a Scotty Cameron, potentially. We are going to hit some puts in a minute, but Special Jet. So again, that's one of the mega rare limited edition. They're about £700-800 them, £57.19. Is it worth buying, see what they're like? Because again, who's at fault here? Is it these websites that do them, and obviously then people, because I always think, and I always used to say this about people like my dad. My dad, if he saw something like that, he'd think, well, they can't make a replica of it, so it must just be a really, really good deal. And I think as time got on, you do start to get burnt a little bit, and you go, no, this is actually just kind of cheap replica. But a lot of people who aren't that savvy on the online world will go, you know what, yeah, perfect, great. And then I think, so the person who's potentially traded this putter in maybe wasn't sure it was fake or didn't know it was fake. He didn't know. So then who's the bad guy? Because the pro takes it in and he goes, oh, I'm really sorry, Barry, but that's it's not real, that's fake. And Barry's like, well, no, it's not. I got it off the internet. It's got to be real, and I paid this for it. And you're like when does time pass that much that the con man's out of sight and out of mind, and then it's the problem of the person who's bought it? I think probably as soon as you've bought it, because I doubt very much you'd have your rights to send it back and things like that. Although I think online you have to do here in the UK. So yeah, be very, very careful about what you see online. I always go by the motto, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Or if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Like when you take Bobby on and you say, oh, Bobby, I'll pay you this much and you can do whatever. And then he says, oh yeah, I can do like the third Friday of the week for half an hour. Right, so sorry about that, Bobby, but as you can tell, it's too good to be true. So let's go a couple of puts with this one, which is the fake one. And it's got a Super Stroke grip on. Is that a real Super Stroke grip, do you think? Has that been like traded in to then have that on or whatever? Because you can often tell The head cover and the grip are often the tells, so if it's a fake one. Then if you do start to play around with them, you put a different grip on, you're like, oh, right, so now the grip's real, but the shaft is fake, so that's a shaft band there, which has the actual Scotty Cameron website on. It's actually pretty close. 33 inches though, that's not 33 inches. If you compare them. Like, so yours is 34 inches, this says it's 33 inches, and then if I put them together, yours is longer, so this is a 35 inch, but it says 33 inch on the shaft. So if we were to take this off, has it got a plug in there, or have they just put a random number on there? So then if the random number is 33 inches and it's 4 degrees of lie angle and 71 degrees of lie angle, we measure it's 4 degrees of lie angle, 4 degrees of loft, are they just random numbers as well? Like, is that 4 degrees of loft? Is it 71 degrees of lie angle? Who knows? Probably not. So the thing is though, if I were to hit putts with this, and it's so obviously fake looking down at it, it feels really firm as well. Look at that rocket pass. It feels certainly not like a Scotty Cameron. But then a lot of people might actually prefer the feel of a firmer putter. So then it comes down to personal preference, doesn't it? It comes down to what do you like the feel of. Some people might want to buy these putters because they do feel a bit firmer, and you think, well, I love the firm feeling putter. The weight of them doesn't feel, look at that. If I try and balance them, like that's insane, isn't it? It's no. And the weight of a putter is really important as well, so you can start to get the right distance. Oh, that was going to go in as well, wasn't it? If you start to get the right distance control and everything like that, but then how much has the person paid for this? So do you know how much it got traded in for? I don't. You don't know. Look at the difference there in that. I've just like glimpsed my eye there. That is so far off, isn't it? It's frightening. Like they've tried to make the milling as well, but it's just nowhere even close. Let's go a couple with a real Scotty Cameron and just see how this feels. And obviously you guys can't tell a feel from a video, but I can certainly try and get for you what it feels like. If no one ever found out and you bought a fake Scotty Cameron putter and it was a good fake, so I'll show you a good fake, what I think is a good fake in a minute, because it was good enough to scam me. And this is where this video gets really interesting, because if I've been scammed and this other pro's been scammed who's taking it as a trade-in, I think pretty much anyone can be scammed, because it's not easy when it's a good fake. So like, for instance, we went on holiday to Turkey this year and we went to like the Turkish local markets. Now some of the they have in those shops, Bobby is dripping head to toe in it, and you can't tell. Like probably after a couple of washes it starts to fade. Yeah, Bobby has the real shit. Bobby has the good stuff. Like he walks in, he's like, hey, show me the good stuff. But you can start to see, and like the whole world's economy has fake products, doesn't it? And it's almost like its own little kind of black market in itself. Is the black market the right term for that? It's not a grey market, is it? Because a grey market's like good stuff, right? So, and obviously I have hit this put. Yeah, it does. It just sounds totally different, doesn't it? We'll try and do a sound test. I'll put a microphone down next to the ball, guys, and we'll overlay this now. And see if you can tell a difference in the sound for these putters. This actually feels a lot easier to swing. Like I feel like distance control wise, it's going to be easier to do. Obviously I have hit this putt already and it's quite a difficult putt, but I feel like I can consistently take the putter back kind of the distance I want to, and then all of a sudden we start to kind of hold them. But what I noticed with the fake one is if I'm trying to take the putter back a certain distance, obviously to gauge the putter head speed on the way through, I'm all of a sudden not really that confident in how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I can do that consistently. That might be just me because I've used a lot of kind of real Scotty Cameron putters, but certainly, like if you look at, come look at this, and this is where I hold my hands up, guys, and when I bought this, I was in denial. And a lot of you may have seen this video, it was a couple of years ago. There. Now, I don't think, so GSS stands for German stainless steel, that's meant to be a kind of real soft insert. It does feel really soft. What gave it away is how thin that is. So the Circle T logo is supposed to be a little bit thicker and a little bit bolder. And obviously it's got those 3 cherry drops in the back there with the Circle T in it. So it's actually got like a stability shaft in there as well. So it's one of those where I thought, oh, you know what, like, it's got to be about right, hasn't it? Have I got any more balls in here, Rob? Have I run out? Oh, I've got some. So for me, I thought I was onto a winner here. And if you come and look down at this, you'll see that, does that look, what do you think, Rob?
It looks better than the other one.
It does look better than the other one. And I actually just showed, so this is a grip I put on it. It had a different grip on it, which again said Circle T there. And that's how you can sort of tell. So I showed this John in the shop and I says, oh, John, what do you reckon to that? And I just showed him and he was silent for a couple of seconds and he like got it and he says, fake? And I went, yeah. But could you tell straight away? And he says, no, it's a pretty good, it is a good fake. For the money I paid for this, I'm still not willing to disclose it because my wife watches these videos and she'd be really upset with me. But I feel like I've certainly had, look at that. It sounded firmer, didn't it? And it didn't, I mean, that's just not a long enough stroke. But I certainly feel like, at least for me, I've got the content out of this that's almost paid for it. So it's almost like not too bad, and I just have to laugh at myself. If someone who's working really hard for the money, which we all do, has gone and spent their money on this and gone, oh, it's fake, and they don't have the ability to make videos like I do and try and monetize that and then claw it back in, so you're trying to make light of a dark situation, that's when I feel really bad for people, because you might save up and save up and save up, spend however much, and then not be able to save that money up again for disposable income to buy a real Circle T putter. So you're left with a dud, you've spent your money, there's no way of getting your money back, and you just feel like a bit of an idiot. So realistically, that's where I feel for people, and that's where I wanted to make this video, and hopefully it does well for you guys, and hopefully... See, that sounded soft, didn't it? Hopefully a lot of people watch this video and can kind of learn a little bit from it, guys. Be really, really careful. There are some fantastic fakes. Let's just have a look at these two together, because there's some fantastic fakes out there, but there's also some absolutely god-awful fakes. And I feel like, at least, so if I'd have got this, I would be really, really mad at myself. I'd actually be really pissed off with myself, because I feel like, realistically, this is a really bad fake, but I feel like this one, I've sort of been done, but it's almost not, I don't know. Does that make sense to you, Bobby?
Yeah, because the colour looks better on that one.
Yeah.
That colour looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been looked after either. I've looked after this, so I don't know why I've looked after it, because essentially it's still just fake. But what makes it fake? Is it fake or is it fake? One of the big tells is if it ever comes shrink wrapped, it's fake, because Scotty Camerons are never shrink wrapped on the head. They're always shrink wrapped on the grip, but never on the head. So there's a little bit of a tell for you as well. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button below. Bobby's got something to say.
No, I was gonna say, if you've never seen a Scotty Cameron before and you want to buy one, you should go into a shop and look what they actually look like.
Yeah, so pop
Before
into
buying one.
Wortley Golf Club, Hermit Hill Lane. Bobby will sort you out.
We've not got
We've-
Scotties.
No, right. But apart from that, guys, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow, where hopefully you're not, yeah, you've learned and you're not spending your, look at that go. Terrible.